guys have noticed the lack of absence of TTD YouTubers? We have people that have full-on just quit completely. We have some that used to post the game and now it's infrequent. We have some people just playing any type of Skibbity Tower related game whatsoever. But the real question is, what went wrong? What happened here? Why are people quitting the game? When people used to post only and solely this video, why is it that some people aren't even playing at all anymore? Or just let their channels grow to rot and die? Well, today, I'm going to talk about the top 10 reasons why YouTubers have quit playing Toilet Tower Defense. Let's start at number 1. So when people think of creators that have full-on just quit Toilet Tower Defense, one of the names that comes to mind almost immediately is that of bananablox. So bananablox is someone who completely left the scene without saying a word, just dipped. Had super good growth for 2 months and was like, yeah, I think I've had enough of this. So why is it that someone could grow a channel that fast, that well, just decide to leave? And that's why, coming in at number 1, the main reason, or part of the reason why a lot of these YouTubers are deciding to quit is simply put your head in the mind of a creator, especially someone who's actually good, or someone that puts out consistent good content every single day. And it's because he basically just found probably a better opportunity. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but the declining views of TTD, he looked elsewhere to get those views, to use his experience, what he knows, to cater to a different audience, because TTD was no longer tickling his fancy. And later in the video, I'll actually talk about the main reasons why I plan to keep posting TTD and Skibbity related content. TTD content is pretty oversaturated on YouTube. And if you don't know what the word oversaturated means, it essentially means that there are just so many people doing the same thing. And since there's so much limited content, it's hard to be original sometimes. You could have a great idea, but not even know that XYBZ posted the same video 3 weeks ago. Sometimes you overlap when you're not even trying to, and it sucks. That's why right now, if you wanted to be like a Toilet Tower Defense creator, I could recommend a probably worse time to try to get into it. I'm not saying it's impossible, and I do think if you wanted to dip your toe in, you could get into the scene. However, there's just so many people already doing the same thing. And as a creator, that becomes stressful. You rather probably make things on topics that people haven't made, thought of, or seen. You want to be original and create your own space, essentially. You know, it's nerve-wracking for me, because don't forget, guys, I kind of am a YouTuber. Where I see my videos do bad over an extended period of time, I freak out. It's what happens, you know? And that's part of the reason why some people are quitting. So, number 2 is going to be oversaturation. So this video is going to be a lot different than my top 10 reasons why players are quitting Toilet Tower Defense. However, some of the reasons are fully overlapping and synonymous, and one of them is 1,000,000% going to be lack of updates and development in the game. Toilet Tower Defense has been out for 7 months and has been one of the top performing Roblox games for the past 7 months. Ever since it's been out, it's been one of the highest performing Roblox games. So a lot of people would ask themselves, oh, that's awesome, good for them. How many people are currently on their Toilet Tower Defense team? How many developers are there? There are 2 developers. So when you see lack of innovation or lack of creativity or TTD is stale, yeah, it's because there's 2 developers. So reason number 3, lack of development. So coming at number 4, a reason why a YouTuber would quit this game is if you're doing something over and over and over again, or let's say you had one video do extremely well and you feel like you're on the top of the world, but then every video you post after that kind of just sucks. Or it doesn't suck, but you basically just never live up to that potential. Reason number 4 is going to be limited growth and or honestly just the mental blockade of being a YouTuber. So I know the feeling, and I'm sure many other YouTubers know the feeling of plateauing. It's unfortunate, but there are definitely days where I think to myself, I peaked. Like, I'm never doing better than what I did today. And it's a sad thought. And for a creator, it eventually leads to wanting to quit. And this might not have anything to do directly with that of Toilet Tower Defense. However, try to put yourself in the mind of a YouTuber for a second. That mental blockade and that creative barrier is drastic sometimes. Sometimes a YouTuber's worst enemy is literally their own head. So number 4 is going to be limited growth. Coming at number 5, and it could also be a similar reason to you, is let's say you're someone that started playing Toilet Tower Defense or making videos on it like a YouTuber because you love Skibbity Toilet. Let's say Skibbity Toilet was your favorite YouTube series and you look forward to every new episode that came out. You watch it with your friends, so on and so forth. Well, Skibidi Toilet's been out for a while, and sometimes you might start watching something else. So for example, let's say you always watched and exclusively watched Skibidi Toilet related videos. Let's say you got a little bored of that and you started watching some Markiplier videos. And those Markiplier videos turned into FNAF videos, and then Pandora's box opened, and now your new personality is FNAF. Well, what happened to Skibidi Toilet? What happened to TTD? That is probably happening to a lot of these creators. Creators that originally cared about Skibidi Toilet as a fan perspective, but ultimately, essentially, just like any normal person, had their interests change. They decided, oh, hey, you know what? Actually, I like anime more now. So I'm just going to make an anime channel now. Speaking of which, you should subscribe to mine. But just like any normal person, it's easy to have your interests change, because that's just the nature of being, human. So, number 5, change of interest. Coming at number 6 here is going to be something I call creative burnout. And this has to do kind of synonymous with the lack of updates and the lack of development and everything along those lines. It's called creative burnout. If you don't know what creative burnout is, it's essentially like writer's block. Have you ever been in English class and you have to write a paper for something, and you literally just, for the life of you, can't think of how you want to start your video, or not your video, you can't think of how you want to start your paper, what to write about, or let's say you have 5 minutes to write a paragraph about whatever you think of, but you just can't think of anything. No matter how hard you try, you can't think of anything. That, like writer's block, is essentially the same thing that happens to YouTubers sometimes. You just basically get creative block and creative burnout and can't think of any new ideas, or more importantly, you get inside your own head and don't think you can think of anything that other people would want to watch. That's the silver lining, is you basically think you don't think other people are going to watch what you produce. And that, as a YouTuber, is a scary thing. And because of that, it could end up leading to the decline of views and eventually a YouTuber ultimately quitting the game. And so for number 7, what was that? 6? For number 6, creative burnout is what I am going to label this as. And coming up number 7 on the next one, I think this is honestly probably my best reason. So make sure you guys buckle up for this. Roblox is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, platforms for gaming online, period. For example, there's currently over 1 million people playing Roblox in the last hour. And honestly, I don't believe that. I'm totally convinced that it's more. But 200 million different people have played it in the last month. 4 million hours have been watched just on Twitch. I didn't even know that many people watch Toy Tower Defense on Twitch. So, Hopeless, what's your point? Get to it. Basically, Roblox is a huge platform, and there's so many other games and opportunities for people and YouTubers to make videos on that they're more excited about. So, that's another reason why some people quit. They basically just change Roblox games. It's as simple as that. They might have just quit Toy Tower Defense, not YouTube. They just switched games or ideas, or they wanted to try something new. It happens. I try new videos on my second channel constantly. I just test what I'm capable of doing and see what happens. And so number 7 is essentially just changing of games. Coming in at number 8 is going to be something that I am personally scared of, and that's going to be called audience fatigue. And so as you guys know, there's a period of time where I was posting a lot of top 10 videos. However, I stopped doing them as much because I noticed people weren't enjoying them as much. There was less comments, less people were saying things, and basically I had already done most of the good ideas that you already would have wanted to see. And so I didn't see a point in trying to force more of them if you guys weren't interested in watching them. This is known as audience fatigue. And that's part of the reasons why some people quit, is especially if they're like a broken record and doing the same videos over and over and over again. People aren't going to want to watch it anymore, which will eventually lead to the decline of someone's channel and make someone eventually want to, well, quit. I can't think of any direct examples of this off the top of my head, but I do know the feeling and I know the experience because I've been there before. Guys, don't forget, I'm a YouTuber, man. So, number 8, audience burnout. Typically, that's the YouTuber's fault, but they might not realize it, or they'll try a new idea and then it doesn't work. Yeah. It happens. And number 9 is, well, you feel hopeless. For people that don't know, I did YouTube for several years on several different channels before I made this skeleton boy that you see right here. Actually, my username Hoplas plays on that, because that's genuinely how I felt about YouTube at the time. I played other games. I did other things, and essentially, I just felt hopeless. And that could happen to Toy Tower Defense creators as well. You feel like you're putting your best foot forwards every single day. You feel like you're trying your best, but you just don't get the rewards on YouTube or in Toy Tower Defense or the recognition that not only do you feel like you deserve, but you notice how this is one of the hardest things, is when you see other people inside of your niche doing extremely well, and you feel like you're doing something like similar, if not better, but people just aren't watching your content. That is so mentally exhausting and draining, and it leaves some people to feel hopeless. And being that person inside of other niches, watching people thrive while I just suck, it hurts, and it drives you to try other things, especially if you love just making content, which I did, which wound me up here. So number 9 is feeling hopeless, no pun intended. So coming at number 10, why YouTubers quit playing Toy Tower Defense. How about we switch it up and talk about a reason why Hoplas and other YouTubers are going to keep playing TTD and other Skibidi related games? Well, you're someone that watched all the way through this video. That means you either like this video enough to keep watching, or you like me a little bit and like hearing my thoughts. And that right there to me is a reason to keep playing this game. We have a community here. And you know, I might not be as tight-knitted with my community as other creators. It's still pretty cool having people that watch you every single day. It's really cool knowing that I could post me playing, like, I don't know, Blox Fruits tomorrow, and there would be a lot of new people that come in, but there would still be some people that stick around and watch it, even though it's not Skibidi Toy or TTD. And that community feeling like I have a family, is so rewarding. It's an awesome feeling. And for those of you guys that see a Hoplas video get posted and click on it, no matter what, you guys win my heart for today. So thank you guys for that. My bad there. That kind of got a little heartfelt and sappy at the end, but that is going to be my top 10 reasons why people have quit playing Toy Tower Defense. Not people, but YouTubers quit playing Toy Tower Defense. So, if you guys agree with anything on the list, make sure you guys drop a like down below. Leave a comment if you want me to post any types of videos like this in the future. I have a little bit of a sniffle. I'm sorry. I feel like I wasn't as entertaining today. I do have a bit of a cold, but I appreciate you guys for understanding. Nonetheless, regardless, that is going to be it for me. If you haven't already, check out the videos showing on the screen and subscribe if you haven't already, because we are trying to get to 60,000 subscribers by the end of the month, and we have 5 days to do it. Let's see if we can. Yo!